It is now coming up on 6:16 on this Tuesday night. And Betsy's talking great stuff ahead.
We need sunshine.
We just need to be patient.
Okay, we are.
Just a little longer, everybody. I know today was really gross. Tomorrow is not going to be a spectacular day, but every day after that, it just keeps getting better. For tonight, you're probably seeing this on your windshields out there. Thick rain, mostly rain, but there's some other stuff in there too. We've had sleet, we've had graupel, we've had a mix. It's all been around. We'll see more and more of that mixing taking place as temperatures cool off once the sun sets. But temperatures right now, generally speaking, in the upper 30s here in Northeast Ohio. The radar has been active all day. We have had plenty of rain, and yes, thick rain at times. We've had some sleet. We've had that graupel as mentioned. And anytime you see the yellows at this type of a situation, that is when we have that mixing that is starting to get in there. As the radar is trying to read things. Obviously, with this very persistent rain, it's just enough to really cause problems on the roadways. We have seen accidents periodically through the day today. There is still an issue near 77 on I-80, that turnpike. There have been a couple little incidents throughout the afternoon as mentioned, but it does look like things are going to just kind of start to peter off as traffic starts to slow down, generally speaking. A little west of there in Strongsville on 71 at 80, you can see how wet the roads are. And then you kind of look off into the trees here and it doesn't quite look clear. It's murky, isn't it? Well, that is part of that mixing that is taking place. And as mentioned, the radar is showing us that we do indeed have a lot of the precipitation around, but because I'm a nerd and because we have that dual pole radar, I can show you the correlation coefficient. Why is this important? It's important to know one thing. Our freezing level estimated to be at about 2,600 feet, which sits right about here, just south of Akron, down into the Ashland area. How do I know that? Well, the beam of the radar does not go out perfectly straight. It goes up just a little bit, about a ½ degree. And if you do a range height kind of a algorithm, you get your little fanciness going in the math department, you can determine how far something is from the surface based on how far it is from the radar. So 2,600 feet is the freezing level. 2,500 feet, we start to see some of this bright coloring. And then there's another little circle right here, which because of the distance I know is about 500 feet above the surface. So between 500 and 2,500 feet, we have this bright donut that's showing up. That's the mix. Everything above the freezing level is all snow. It falls into this area where the temperatures are a little bit funky and it changes up. We get that snow, we get that sleet, we get the rain that comes down too. And then once you get down to the surface, it hits mostly as rain. But as the evening goes on, it's going to start to hit more and more mostly as a mix, and then eventually even some snow chances. All right, nerd moment over. Temperatures upper 30s to right around 40, but we do have breezy conditions still, so our wind chills are down around freezing. We are not alone in this. This pipeline of cold air is wrapping down across the Great Lakes. Meanwhile, look at the green, that warmer air that's headed up toward Hudson Bay. This is because of this spiraling system, so it's pulling in that heat off of the Atlantic. It's going farther north, and we are stuck with the cold air. So what does that mean in your National Designer hour-by-hour forecast? Well, as temperatures cool off tonight, we may have more and more of that mixing taking place. We're not done with the rain, though. We'll still start with rain showers tomorrow, maybe a little bit of mixing. By the end of the day, though, hopefully more of those trends will be more toward Pennsylvania, less in Ohio, and that will begin our very, very nice trend that's showing up in our Union Home Mortgage forecast. We go from the upper 40s with more of that rain, a little mix tomorrow, to the upper 50s, to the 60s, to the 70s. And look at that weekend forecast. Sunshine, 60s and 70s. By then, all this rain will have drained away. The posies will be posing.
So we're good.
It's going to be good. Patience.
But like, it's not going to take that long.
It's not.
Okay.
Just a memory. All right. Thank you, Betsy.